26 November 1949. On this day, we adopted our great constitution. And when we adopted the constitution, it consisted of preamble, 395 articles and 8 schedules. If you observe the constitution in the present time, you will see there are 12 schedules in our constitution. Time to time we have added more schedules in our constitution as per our requirements. 9th schedule, that is land reforms and the abolition of Zamindari system, was added through the first Constitutional Amendment Act of 1951. 10th schedule, that is anti-defection law, added through the 52nd Amendment Act of 1985. 11th schedule, that is panchayats, was added through the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. 12th schedule, that is municipalities, was added through the 74th Amendment Act 1992. Schedules are basically tables which contain additional details not mentioned in the Constitution. The Government of India Act 1935 was the first act that had mentioned the schedules, and there were 10 schedules in that act. Now let's take insights of these schedules in detail. Schedule first. The first schedule of the Constitution talks about the name and territorial extent of the states and the union territories of India. It covers Article 1 and Article 4 of the Constitution. Second schedule. The second schedule of the Constitution contains the provisions related to allowances, privileges and emoluments of the President of India, the governors of the states, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha, the Chairman and the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker of the Legislative Assembly in the states, the Chairman and the Deputy Chairman of the Legislative Council in the states, the judges of the Supreme Court, the judges of the High Courts, and the Comptroller and the Auditor General of India. It covers the following articles. Schedule 3 of the Constitution. The third schedule of the Constitution covers the oath or affirmations for the Union Ministers, the candidates for election to the Parliament, the members of the Parliament, the judges of the Supreme Court, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, the state ministers, the candidates for election to the state legislature, the members of the state legislature, and the judges of the high courts. It covers the following articles. Schedule 4. The fourth schedule of the Constitution deals with the allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha to the state and the union territories. Moreover, the allocation of the seats in the Rajya Sabha are given on the basis of the population. Hence, they vary from the state to state. UP has the highest numbers, whereas Tripura has the lowest numbers of the seats in the Rajya Sabha. Out of 8 union territories, only 3 union territories have the representation in the Rajya Sabha, and these UTs are Delhi, Puducherry, and Jammu and Kashmir. It covers the Article 4 and the Article 80 of the Constitution. Schedule 5. The fifth schedule of the Constitution contains the provisions related to the administration and the control of the scheduled areas and the scheduled tribes. It covers Article 244 of the Constitution. Schedule 6. The sixth schedule of the Constitution contains the provisions related to the administration of the tribal areas in Assam, Tripura, Mizoram and Meghalaya. It covers Article 244 and the Article 275 of the Constitution. Schedule 7. The seventh schedule of the Constitution talks about the divisions of the powers. It means that the subjects have been categorized in 3 lists, that is, Union List, State List and the Concurrent List. The Union List, the subjects under the Union List are dealt by the Union Government or the Central Government, whereas the subjects that are given in the State List, these subjects are dealt by the state governments. On the other hand, the subjects that are coming under the Concurrent List, these subjects are dealt by the Union Government as well as the state governments together. It covers Article 246 of the Indian Constitution. Schedule 8. The 8th schedule of the Constitution contains the provisions related to the languages. There are 22 languages in this schedule. Originally, there were only 14 languages in that schedule. Sindhi was added by 21st Amendment Act 1967. Konkani, Manipuri and Nepali were added by 71st Amendment Act of 1992. Bodo, Dogri, Maithili and Santali were added by 92nd Amendment Act of 2003. You might be wondering, there are so many languages are spoken in our India, but why there are only 22 languages in this schedule? There are certain criteria that are to be fulfilled by the languages to get into that schedule. There are only 22 languages are recognized by the Constitution officially. It covers Article 344 and the Article 351 of the Constitution. Schedule 9. The 9th schedule of the Constitution deals with the land reforms and the abolition of Zamindari system. This schedule was added by the First Amendment Act of 1951 to protect the law included in it from the judicial scrutiny on the grounds of violation of the fundamental rights. It means that during that period of time, many laws were added into that schedule to protect from judicial review. However, in 2007, the Supreme Court ruled that the laws included in that schedule after 24th April 1973 are now open to judicial review. It covers Article 31B of the Constitution. Schedule 10. The 10th schedule of the Constitution contains the provisions related to anti-defection law. It deals with the disqualification of the members of Parliament and the state legislature. This schedule was added by the 52nd Amendment Act of 1985. It covers Article 102 and Article 191 of the Constitution. Schedule 11. The 11th schedule of the Constitution specifies the powers, authority and the responsibilities of the panchayats. There are 29 subjects in it. This schedule was added by 73rd Amendment Act of 1992. It covers Article 243G of the Constitution. Schedule 12. The 12th schedule of the Constitution specifies the powers, authorities and responsibilities of the municipalities. It covers 18 matters. This schedule was added by 74th Amendment Act of 1992. It covers Article 243W of the Constitution.